today's episode, Ruben takes in his worst protein shake ever.
It's like mud.
Later, he goes on a grocery haul but can't seem to remember how to find the exit.
Hello YouTube. Today we are starting off the first episode of hopefully many in the part of my channel that I have chosen to focus on training. And the training that I am suggesting both for fat loss but also overall health when we are 40 plus years old is strength training, also known as resistance training and hypertrophy. Basically, you can call it bodybuilding. So, why? Well, there's two perspectives of this. First of all, maybe you are in your mid-40s and you've been watching a lot of TikTok or Insta or Facebook or whatever, and you can see there's a shitload of jacked old guys running around and you want to look like that. And that's perfectly legit. And if that is your goal, then this is definitely for you. The other perspective is the fat loss. And you can say, well, I'm here for the fat loss. I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I don't want to train in the gym every day. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy, but you kind of have to. The problem is that we humans, we are extremely creative when it comes to Mother Nature. And we don't really agree with how things are, and that's a good thing for most part, because that's how we develop as human beings. That's how we have technological advances in different areas, not like cars and airplanes and everything. You know, we are clever. We are a clever species. However, when it comes to things that are kind of pre-programmed from nature, for instance, the human body, we are not so good at accepting the facts. The fact is that if you want sustainable, lasting weight loss, if you want to change your body composition from a fat percent of 40 to a fat percent of 15, there's only one way to do it, and that is a combination of your diet and your exercise. The same goes for the guy who wants to be jacked. You cannot get jacked unless you eat like a fucking machine. So both are connected, completely connected, and one doesn't stand alone without the other. So once you have accepted that in yourself, you may have to let it sieve in. And I hope I'm not discouraging you by saying that, but it's a fact, and you guys can check all the material as usual. Here are the links. So now where that has been taken care of, let's talk about training. For the guys who want to be jacked, you are definitely the right place. For people who want to lose fat, you are also the right place, but I need to explain a little bit. The thing is that you may have your diet under control. What I am suggesting on my blog and with my system, which is basically not my system because I didn't invent it. It's been here all along. I'm just putting words on it and hopefully widening the knowledge about it, is that if you eat your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, if that is the amount of calories you eat, no more, no less, and you go to the gym and you work out and train and you build muscle, you will get two amazing benefits. First of all, the increase in muscle mass on your body will burn additional calories. Now, there's been a lot of YouTubers. Jeff Nippert is one of them. Ryan Humiston is another one that has kind of debunked that by saying, 1 kilogram of extra muscle mass only burns 14 to 20 calories per day extra. Yes, and that is completely correct. However, what those guys did not look at was what happens when you actually use that muscle the following day. Because when you use the muscle, the math becomes quite different. It actually jumps all the way up, including everything, and I have an article on my blog about this, fitover40.blog. You're welcome to check it out. There's links to all the science behind it, and I'm not bullshitting you here. This is actually science. And most people, especially people who's not super fit, can pretty easily add 4 to 5 kilograms of muscle on their body within 4 to 6 months. Yeah. So that's an additional 350 calories at the very least per day. That's a lot. There's a very interesting article, and the link is here. This article describes how fat loss is much more sustainable by you being in a deficit on your training instead of a deficit on your food. And it was extremely surprising, the result, because it turned out that the people that were training the deficit was losing a shitload of fat, and they were at the same time gaining muscle. Now, this may not sound like a lot to you, but let me just tell you, when you are burning fat at the same time you are gaining muscle, you have reached the holy grail. It's so holy a grail that science have actually been fighting for many, many years whether or not it even exists. And that is the amazing thing called body recomposition. And yes, you can reach that. You can reach that with this program. And the science behind this is very, very simple. You need a shitload of protein in your diet, you eat your BMR, and you work out and burn calories in the gym, and you get the benefit of burning the additional calories from your muscle when they repair themselves afterwards. And that creates muscle growth and fat loss. Now, technically, both cannot happen at exactly the same time. But it over a period of a week, a month, you will see both numbers. Anyway, we need to talk a little bit about the training, because if you, just like me, did not see the inside of a gym for 20 years before you started going to the gym, or you're considering it, or maybe you never went, then you need to pay really good attention, because it's not something you just start. And I'm saying this from very expensive experience. So there's some benefits, but there's also some downsides. So what am I suggesting? I'm suggesting to do bodybuilding exercises. That means trying to build muscle mass for the reasons we just discussed. And how do you do that? Well, you go to the gym, you lift some weights, and then everything is hunky-dory, right? No, it's not. Because your body is not what it used to be. And us men, we have this thing that if we go to the gym and there's a lot of young people, and we feel a little bit young ourselves, you know, with all the women there and all the guys there, and everything is just it's amazing, yeah. And then you need to show off a little bit, and you start lifting heavier and heavier and heavier. Look, that is a one-way ticket to an amazing injury, really amazing injury. And the problem with an injury in our age is that we are not healed the day after, like when we were 22. Yeah, when you were 22, you could sprain an ankle and it would be healed the next day, like you're fucking Wolverine or something. But today, if you sprain an ankle, you're out of commission for a month or more. So also on top of that, you have inflammation, because your body is not healthy right now. If you, like me, are overweight, and you need to train it away, your body is not healthy. You don't get all the micronutrients you need for your body to repair itself. Your body doesn't have access to protein sources. It doesn't have access to really anything. So your body is a wreck, and you go to the gym and you work out like you are Ronnie Coleman, yeah, in his prime. And that is an absolute killer for what you are trying to achieve with this stuff. So how do we avoid that? Well, first of all, we need to be real about it. This is going to take a little bit of time because our bodies are not what they used to be. That being said, your body, if you are mid-40s or even in your 50s, your body is probably bigger on potential than when you were in your 20s. And the reason for that is because your muscle, your tendons, your bones, everything is set. It's fully grown, and it's been fully grown for years, and you've been using it. Even if you haven't been using it a lot, you've still been using it. And that's a huge difference. From my own side, I can tell you that my muscles are stronger than the rest of my body, meaning that I can lift more than my joints and my tendons and my bones can handle. And when that happens, I get inflamed. And especially my elbows and my shoulders are really bad. Used to be my knees too, but that is miraculously fixed. I don't know how, but that's just what happened. So how do we start with this? Well, we need to start slow. And it's yeah, I know, it's a drag, it's a fucking drag. But bear with me. If you want to do this right, you can go to the gym and just start lifting. I don't give a shit. But if you want a piece of advice on the road, and I know others also on YouTube agree with me on this, if you want to start lifting weights in your 40s or 50s, start slowly, please. And for that purpose, I have made a startup program that I am suggesting that people take a look at. I'm not saying you should use it, you can do your own. It's just for inspirational use. This is to onboard you, so to speak, in the gym, yeah? And also, in that period of time, you need to start building your program. What kind of exercises can you feel on your body that this works really well for me? You can feel you're sore the day after, which is a very good sign. If you have muscle soreness, DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, that's a perfect indicator that whatever you did was extremely good for you, and your muscles reacted to it, and now they're rebuilding, and that's basically how you grow muscle. You tear them apart and they rebuild. Don't worry, that's gonna disappear in a few days, and once you are in better condition all over with your muscles, they're not gonna be as sore anymore. But if you feel a pain in your elbow, in your joint, like somebody is putting a screwdriver in it and twisting it around, then you need to be very careful, because that's a ligament, that's or nerve, or it can be something that is not supposed to. It's not supposed to feel that way when you go to the gym, you know. So connect with your body and listen to it. For my case, for my instance, I have some problems with my shoulders, and I cannot get it fixed. At least not yet. I've not found out how or why. I know what it is. It's my supraspinatus in my shoulder that is a little fucked, and I don't know how that happened. It just is. Could be chronic inflammation. Who knows? So there are some exercises I cannot do. For instance, I cannot do a bench press. It hurts as fuck, and my shoulder is useless several days after, and sometimes I need to use, like, you know, the anti-inflammatory creams and shits, and so I don't do that. I do something else instead. So try to listen to your body, try to connect to your body, and understand what you can do, and what, most importantly, what you cannot do. That is extremely important. And as you go along, you start to get some exercises that you can use for your program. And why am I saying that? Well, I'm saying that because if you thought you were going to get a free program from me, you thought wrong. Not because I don't want to give it to you, but because it doesn't make any fucking sense. And the reason it doesn't make any sense is because anyone who wants to sell you a program or give you a program or say you need to do this and that and blah, 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 blah. Look, your body is unique. Your body is 40 plus years old. It has battle scars. It doesn't matter if you've been working actively with manual labor or you've been sitting in an office chair for the last 20 years. Your body still has battle scars. And you're the only one who can tell where they are as you do the exercises. So just jumping into someone else's program is probably one of the most stupid things you can do at this point in your life. You need to build your own program, and you need to educate yourself on exercises, on variety of exercises and so on. And of course I will put up what I can to help out. But there's also other websites that are extremely useful for this. There's also some apps that are extremely useful for putting together training programs. So you can use it on your phone and you can find the exercises you want. You can even see on some of these apps, you can even see a small movie of how you do the exercise correctly and so on and so on. Also, in the digital age that we live in, even though we are old, we are not dinosaurs, you know. Maybe a little bit, but don't tell anyone. Most of us will have a smartphone. So one of the things that is extremely useful if you are doubting on whether or not you're doing an exercise correctly is actually bringing a small tripod and then filming yourself while you do the exercise. I'm not saying this so you put it on Instagram to but if you do that, that's perfectly fine with me. I know I don't judge, but it's supposed to be used by you and only you. And this is only to judge, that you can judge whether or not are you doing this exercise correctly or not. Some of these exercises can be hard to feel. Some of them can be difficult to see in a mirror as well. So you can use that tool as well. Now, I mentioned the bro split, and the reason I did that, and I know this might be a little bit controversial, and I know that my view is not shared by everybody, but try to follow me on the logics here, because we need to apply logic and common sense. First of all, your body is 40 plus years old. That means, as I said before, that your body will have battle scars. There will be some things, I hope not, there will be some things probably that you cannot do. You will also, just like me, because you've not been living healthy for many, many years, your body will have a tendency to catch inflammation. It can be in the muscles, it can be in the joints, and so on and so on. And what your body needs after a good workout is rest to heal. And even though for hypertrophy, for building muscle, it's been proven by science a couple of times now that working every muscle group 2 times a week is extremely good for muscle growth. That should be the optimal. But if your body can't handle it, then it's not really optimal. And the reason I'm saying this is because I can only use myself as an example. If I train my triceps 2 times a week, I will get inflammation in my elbow. If I train my shoulders 2 times a week, my supraspinatus will fucking kill me. If I do legs 2 times a week, I know my knees will also let me down. Right now I'm in a very good place with my knees and I don't want to fuck it up, and doing legs once a week works perfectly for me. So I'm gaining muscle. Am I gaining as much muscle as I could? Probably not, if you look at it purely theoretic. But you need to factor in these body conditions that we may have when we are in our 40s and 50s. And that is why I am strongly recommending the bro split. I'm not saying you should not try doing like a push-pull leg split, where you do everything 2 times a week. At some point, I tried it as well, didn't work, and I canceled it, and I went back to the 6-day split. I'm not saying you shouldn't dabble and try it, but I think that a lot of people will overdo it, and I think it's a shame because you get demotivated. If you have to spend a month lying on your sofa in your living room healing from some kind of injury or having inflammation in your entire body, then where's the real benefit? So what I'm saying is that we need to do like a cost-benefit analysis in this. What is the cost and what is the benefit? If the cost is extreme inflammation and sore joints and probably at some point a torn ligament or even worse, then that's a fucking big price to pay for a result that is not double as good, but maybe 20% better than doing everything once a week. So we just need to use perspective, and we need to use common sense when we are in our age. That being said, all the old bodybuilders, a lot of them use the 6-day split, so you can get massive gains if you eat right doing a 6-day split. I have gained a shitload of muscle. So what I'm going to do is that the next couple of episodes, the next 6 episodes, I'm going to dedicate to one training day from my plan per episode, which means that we will start with a Monday where I do arms, Tuesday I do chest and lats, Wednesday I do my shoulders and my traps, Thursday I do my back, and I do a little bit of lower legs as well on Wednesday, actually. Yeah, a little bit of lower legs on Wednesday. Thursday I do my back. Friday is the amazing leg day, the feared leg day, notorious leg day. And on Saturday I do core exercises. And I find the core exercises have really, I didn't used to do them, so I put them in. And that has really made a huge change for me. Before I started to work out, I had a shitload of problems with my body, and you may recognize some of this stuff. So I would every 3-4 months, 5 months, my neck would lock up, and I wouldn't be able to turn my head to the left or the right. So I had to go to chiropractor to get adjusted. Sometimes more than once. Sometimes I think the worst one was 10 times or something like that. Both my shoulders were pretty fucked. I had a tennis elbow in one arm and a golfer's elbow in the other arm, just to make a point. Both my knees were extremely sensitive and would retain water a lot. My lower legs would retain water. I had gout, which is basically a crystallization of some acids in your joints, and it especially happens in your extremities. For my case, which I understand is the classic for this kind of thing, is the toes. I had a sciatic nerve that would explode once or twice a year because of a stupid movement, and would radiate all the way down to my heels. And it was, if you ever had a sciatic nerve problem, fuck, you know what I'm talking about. That is, the good news is that after about 6 months of gym, and especially when I introduced the core day, all of this, except for my shoulder, actually disappeared. My knees are still a little bit sensitive, but that's why I do a lot of warm-up on legs days, and sometimes I would also use knee wraps, which helps a lot. Lately, I've been trying to train without knee wraps, just to see if my improved strength has also improved my knees, and it turns out that it actually has. I haven't had any problems or accidents, so that's really good. So if you, like me, have a lot of shit going on in your body, you can look forward to probably get quite a few of them fixed. I'm not saying everything will be fixed or anything at all for that matter, but you have some good prospects. And the key to this is that you also need to warm up. So I'm gonna show as well how I do my warm up. It's a little bit different from muscle group to muscle group, how much warm up I need. I try to really feel my body. And sometimes when I have warmed up, I will go and do a set of something, let's say bicep curls, and I can feel, my elbow is not warm enough, my shoulder is not warm enough. Then I will go back and I will warm up some more. So this connection with your body is extremely important when in our age and going to the gym again. And I will also say now, I've been doing this for 2 years now, and it kind of stuck with me. I don't want to take the risk because I know how much it hurts if you get that injury that you're fearing, you know. So I keep doing the good warm-ups, and you can never do too much warm-up, you know. So I will show you how I do my warm-ups. I will point out that because I'm a little bit of a big guy, I don't fit in all machines. So when you see my training program and you see me training, you will see that I use the cable machines a lot, and you will see that I use dumbbells a lot. That is not equaling that you should do the same. There's a shitload of machines on the market that focus the muscle much better than a dumbbell ever would. If you have to use the dumbbells or the cables, your form also have to be that much better. The machines kind of help a little bit because it reduces your bad form and ensures that you keep a good form while you're training whatever it is you're training. So just keep that in mind. But I look forward to bringing you guys to the gym. And wow, yeah, I think that was it. I hope you got something out of this episode. See you next time.